We never expected that guy to be there when he was picking. He was at the top of our board, and we get some guy who, yeah, he's all right. Or do we have some fireworks?
It's a great question, Cap. There's been a lot of smoke about the Bulls potentially making a bold trade at the deadline or at the draft. Of course, it takes a partner to pull that off. I think the Bulls should absolutely exhaust all their options to try to address the two biggest needs on the team. That would be size and shooting. The Bulls simply did not have enough size to compete against the top of the East last year, and they were dead last in the league in three-point rate, percentage of shots taken from three-point range. So the Bulls need some help on both ends of the floor. There's no doubt about that. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a pick at number 18 and kept that player to try to add another young talent to the core. But I think that what this front office has shown us in their brief time in charge is they're going to exhaust every avenue to try to pull off a trade if they can.
So there was a report today that the expectation around the league is Rudy Gobert at the end of the offseason will be wearing a Chicago Bulls uniform. The price is going to be steep, and you're taking on a ton of money. What do you think of that?
I think it's a very close call, and it really depends on what Chicago is giving up to get him. You would assume that number 18 pick is going to Utah. You would assume Nikola Vucevic is on his way to Utah as well. Then the question is, what else are the Bulls adding? Are they adding Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu, Kobe White? There's a lot of different ways they could go about building that package, and what it's really going to hinge on is Gobert's value league-wide. Are the Jazz dumping him just to get the contract off the books and to get a new look on the team around Donovan Mitchell? Or is there going to be a serious market for Gobert, who's still an excellent player, 29 years old, but is due, like you said, quite a bit of money over the next 3 years? So it really depends on what the Bulls are giving up, but if the Bulls do land Rudy Gobert, they would have the foundation for an elite defense with him next to Alex Caruso and Lonzo Ball.
Would you give up Patrick Williams? If I told you the price was Vucevic, Patrick Williams, the 18th pick, and Kobe White, would you do that?
I would want to see what else is out there, Cap. I think ideally, if you do that trade, you need to find a starting four to add to the lineup. And I think that their more prudent route might be to explore the forward market, see if they could maybe snag Kyle Kuzma from the Washington Wizards. They're a team that's sort of in a perpetual state of rebuild right now. Contavious Caldwell-Pope would be another 3-and-D option on the wing. The Bulls are already so thin in the front court. Having Patrick Williams go down in the fifth game of last year was a huge blow to their lineup versatility, to their wing depth. I just worry that losing him, you're going to create a situation where you don't have many avenues to add depth to the team.
Working. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't have much trust in this, I guess. Some kind of flimsy. Hopefully it holds up. Anyways, welcome to the Opochtli Podcast. This is Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. And I hope everyone's having a good week. I just wanted to come on and thank everyone who has been watching my YouTube channel and to bring up the possibility that Rudy Gobert is on his way out, which is unfortunate because, I really like Rudy Gobert, and I don't know, man. I don't, if they're doing this for Donovan Mitchell, I don't trust that that's, going to be, that he's actually going to stay in Utah long term. But what if they take this a whole different direction and trade both Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell? Get in some different trade partners, build out a package, or do two separate trade packages, and just bring in a bunch of different talent from all over the league. Why not? Why not? I think that with the Jazz, the only way that we would ever win a championship with this small market, until we have a legitimate superstar, a superstar that's going to be great regardless of what system is being played around him. Until we get that star that's willing to stay in Utah long term and commit here for the entirety of his career, or at least for the entirety of his prime, the Jazz, I don't think we will be able to win a championship because that window is just so short. By the time that you're able to compete for it, our stars leave. So I say instead, why not just build a team of a bunch of really good players? Just have your 1 through 9 be really solid, or 1 through 10. Just, have 6-man potential players, from the top of your bench to the bottom of your bench, and just have a lot of rotation, make sure everyone gets their minutes. Always have a playmaker out there, instead of having to rely on 1, 2, 3 people who are always injured, or don't produce, I'm not sure, frustrated with the Jazz. I think everyone can agree you are a true Utah Jazz fan, especially Aaron Zabriskie. I see you. Aaron Zabriskie posted something about Facebook. I heard it from him before anyone else, to be honest, and where was he saying? He was saying that Rudy Gobert was going to go. What tape did he have? I'm trying to remember. It wasn't Chicago. That's what we were just listening to here. Sorry, I have to make a merge. Where did he say? Man, I'm so tired and exhausted. I don't even want to go to work today. When do I ever want to go to work? This fucking place I go to, man, it's such a shithole. I fucking hate it. It's getting a lot better with new ownership, new management. But in my little circle, it's still hell, and it's fucking hell to have to go to this place and interact with these miserable, insufferable people, on a day-to-day basis. Anyways, Utah Jazz. Aaron Zabriskie, where did he have been going? I don't know. I think Miami. I don't know. It was an interesting take. Cleveland? No. Whatever. Either way, I think if something's going to happen, it's going to happen tonight. I think tonight's draft night, right? I was just realizing this when I was starting my podcast. And draft night has historically throughout my life been one of my favorite days of the year. Just lately I've been so entrenched in the corporate ladder game or misery that I've been missing out on my true passions, such as basketball and as such the NBA draft. The first draft I missed was because of this job, and that was the year I stopped watching the NBA, and that's the year that Donovan Mitchell was drafted. So that's kind of why I don't really have that closeness that other people have with them, because I wasn't really invested. He came out of nowhere, and I self-proclaimed best fan of the world, best Utah Jazz fan, I lament that I failed in that regard. Anyways, I'm gonna be grabbing. I'm super late for work. I don't care. I hope maybe they do fire me. I don't know what to do, but I'm like 4 hours late. But I worked 12 hours last night. 13 actually, technically. I did have a break, but I was actually gonna pull off an all-nighter and come in super early, but I passed out, and before I knew it, I had a couple hours of power sleep. I was good to go, but yeah, I feel miserable. I don't want to be around other miserable people who bring me down, freaking lazy bone boomers. And then when I get home, I'll see. Maybe I might sell my truck today, so might be busy with that. Hopefully I can watch the draft, and we'll see what happens to you project. Anyways, I'm gonna stop here at the Chick-fil-A where they hate gays just because I can. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I love you too.